This is literally the bread and butter issues of the arts and sciences of a movie. And on one hand, it's like, well, you know, things aren't the same. The idea of the casting couch that existed in Hollywood is the part of both myth and concrete reality. They just want to have a degree of power. There's also people that were afraid to speak out, who were victims, that did not go forward. It's also happening in every other corner of not just my industry, but yours and throughout all of America. We've got to hear from everybody so that we understand how vast and how all-encompassing this was. It's all got to change. Since when has this brand of common decency and professionalism been put on hold just because of sexual dynamics in the workplace?
So after the Harvey Weinstein allegations, Tom Hanks was asked whether the behavior was common and if people knew about it, and he said,
I think there was knowledge amongst a certain group of people, mostly who did business with Harvey Weinstein. There are countless women who understood that that's what happened.
He said that everyone just assumed what was going on, even though they knew, because that's what people in power do.
Any place there's a boss with underlings in any corporation or any industry, you have a type of politics that goes on that can slide in between appropriate ethics and decorum.
But the public started speculating that he himself must have been a part of the said elites when a video of him calling a little girl inappropriately was revealed. Don't forget, this is while he is being adamant that that sort of inappropriate behavior is quite common.
People that say, hey, this is how it works, pure and simple, and this is why I got into it, and this is why I have power. This is how it works, and you have to understand that.
Meanwhile, the public keeps speculated and linking him to the said bad elites, with more hint from his social media posts that they claim show he actually is part of that group.
Let's not give the cops a break.
So what is it that Tom Hanks allegedly doesn't want to be known about him? Let's get into it. When Tom Hanks sat down with Jeffrey Brown for a conversation about his first collection of short stories, the legendary actor also discussed whether Weinstein's past behavior was an open secret in Hollywood. Tom Hanks claimed there was knowledge amongst a certain group of people, mostly those who did business with Harvey Weinstein, and that countless women understood that that was what happened when involving themselves with Harvey. This struck the public as so bizarre that someone could act inappropriately with others without suffering consequences due to the fact that they are elites or people with status and power. Tom claimed that there were people who said that Harvey was just being Harvey, and no one dared to talk about the situation, regardless of the fact that the guy was harming a lot of women. Jeffrey Brown then asked Tom how serious the situation was in Hollywood, whether it was about one person, one man, or a culture. And from Tom Hanks' response, he claimed that it was more of a culture since everyone had to get used to it. He said, "You and I and even the likes of the people on the Turner Classic Movies understand that the idea of the casting couch that existed in Hollywood is part of both myth and concrete reality." Tom added that any place there is a boss with underlings in any corporation or any industry. There is also have a type of politics that goes on that can slide in between appropriate ethics and decorum to inappropriate behavior to the point of harassment and predatory behavior. When asked whether there is a culture of complicity in Hollywood where women are afraid to speak up because they will be blacklisted and men are afraid to speak up out of the same fear, thinking that's how the system works, Tom confirmed that that was the case. "I think there are people that said, well, hey, this is how it works, pure and simple. This is why I got into it, and this is why I have power. This is how it works, and you have to understand that." Tom claimed that that was how Hollywood did business, and anyone who wanted to join should beware that even in the present days, this predatory behavior still prevails.
Any place there's a boss with underlings in any corporation or any industry, you have a type of politics that goes on that can slide in between appropriate ethics and decorum.
He also said that there's also people who are afraid to speak out who were victims who did not go forward, who signed and negotiated settlement deals of which a non-disclosure agreement was part and parcel, just so they could continue their work despite being harassed. Apparently, the public has questioned why this behavior is accepted in Hollywood and why no one wants to talk about it. They asked why, after years of women suffering, no one, not even those with power, stood up and said that it was wrong and the perpetrators should be stopped. Tom Hanks said this revelation was going to be a tipping point for all the nasty perpetrators, and that people will be questioning what they want to put up with and what they didn't. He said, "Don't be surprised if there is going to be a sign in front of every one of the studio gates that will say, 'All people entering this studio will obey this code of ethics,' or they will be escorted from the premises." A video of Tom calling a little girl sexy baby started circulating the internet, with fans questioning why such behavior was allowed, whether intentionally or not, and why Tom agreed to take part in such an inappropriate situation. The public decided to take a deep dive into who Tom really is, and somehow the esteemed Oscar winner managed to rouse contention due to his tendency to make bizarre Instagram posts, usually involving random objects he has found on his walks. With over 9 million Instagram followers, Tom Hanks certainly has an enormous platform with which he can share his unusual hobbies, and one such pastime is taking photos of lost objects that he finds in numerous locations. Most of the lost items are gloves, but sometimes he finds shoes, socks, and even discarded clipboards, and every post features a pithy, cryptic caption signed off with Hanks. The seemingly innocuous posts have led to a series of theories, with some alleging that the posts exhibit Hanks' flagrant admission of various, with suggestions that the objects he finds are mementos of said crimes. Some theorists dug deep into Hanks' Instagram archives and discovered a strange picture posted on July 18, 2016, where he shared a picture of a glove he found lying on the ground in Red Bluff, California. In the caption, Hanks wrote, "Gimme 5." However, in the picture, next to the glove, the words SRC USA appeared to be scrawled on the ground. And during the onset of the conspiracy theory, many social media users, including Redditors, reported that when they searched the SKU codes of the suspected items on the Russian search engine Yandex along with SRC USA, the search results allegedly produced images of little girls. The public now started claiming that there was more to Tom Hanks than what he was letting on, with others saying that even his celebrity circle friends had some dirt about them. The situation got worse when both Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson officially became citizens of Greece, with some claiming that he was there to continue his illegal business with younglings. The couple posed for a picture with their new passports alongside Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis and his wife, and the PM posted the picture on Instagram. Hanks and Wilson are now proud Greek citizens, he wrote. Greek media said the meeting took place on the island of Antiparos, and that Hanks, Wilson, and their children were granted honorary Greek citizenship for their role in bringing attention to a devastating wildfire near Athens in July 2018. The wildfire ripped through the seaside village of Mati, killing more than 100 people, and speaking to CNN in December, Greece's Interior Minister Takis Theodorikakos said Hanks showed real interest in the people who suffered from the fire in Mati and promoted this issue in the global media. Hanks also became particularly popular after he went into quarantine in the early months of the COVID-19 pandemic. Fueled by the belief that the pandemic was just his cover story, the public speculated that Hanks had actually been arrested on charges of inappropriate behavior. Some took it a step further, with many now claiming that they believed Hanks has been dead for months or years, and proof of this claim was linked to a Real Raw News article from July 2021 titled, "Military Executes Tom Hanks." The story, which has hundreds of thousands of views, says Hanks was executed by lethal injection. Obviously, none of this was confirmed, but we can all remember back in the day when Isaac Cappy went on and exposed Tom Hanks as a... Not long after his revelation, Isaac allegedly threw himself off a bridge and was hit by a car on Route 66, even though he had always insisted on his videos that he was not suicidal. It struck viewers that something bigger might be going on if someone who claims he does not want to die would end up taking his own life after exposing Hollywood elites. According to the public, Hollywood is one big bad place that holds a lot of secrets, which when revealed, the elites are going to suffer big time. But why is there so much smoke around Tom Hanks? Will there be a fire? A fan on X, previously Twitter, said, "I've seen a video with Tom Hanks saying this to a young girl. He said, 'Look at you, so sexy.' It's hard seeing that when you grow up watching these people on TV and enjoying their movies. I can't even watch a movie with him in it now after seeing that video." Another said, "Same. He used to be my favorite actor and now I can't even look at him. If even half of what I've heard about him is true, he is beyond evil." So what's your thoughts on Tom Hanks and all the theories surrounding him? Tell us in the comment section. Remember, this video is based on speculation and opinions. And if you enjoyed this content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more exciting updates. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.